TV students. And what better way to learn than experiment? We're doing an experimental interview talk show in a moving vehicle. Dangerous? Probably. But we'll see how this pans out. Hell, if it works, we might even do it every week on YouTube. Keep looking. So, this man here is Kwa Tao. He's been my partner in this program for a very long time. Like a year now. Maybe longer. But we have learned so much, and I am so proud of this guy. Tell us about yourself, Kwa.
What can I say about myself? I was born in a refugee camp of Thailand. I come to America when I was roughly around 10 or 11, and I've been living in Milwaukee off and on, provided the time that I went away. I went and became a Buddhist monk somewhere high in a mountain. I became a hermit for over a decade. I went to a mountain somewhere far, far away in a Buddhist palace. And I stayed there. And I meditate. And I contemplate on life. And then suddenly one day, I feel bored. So I walk back down from the mountain. And here I am, back in the city.
That is probably the most interesting background of anyone that I really know right now. But then again, I only know like 6 people. So what inspired you to become a television student as opposed to a chef or a, bricklayer?
Truth is, I don't really want to do television. I study television. In the first place, I come to the TV program and study television because I believe that I should learn something new every day. That's my quest in life. I want to learn new things every day. At least one thing per day. And TV production allows me to do that by giving us projects that not just fitting us in the classroom, but to go outside of the classroom and work on your project. And which is coincidentally exciting enough because as I learn over the process of TV program that I get the full benefit of education and I get a full benefit of learning and experimentations on everything else because we're all the moving around and talking on an average. I talk to 10, 20 people per day. And that's what's exciting about it. You get to learn about people, you get to talk to people and listen to people from all over. I get to talk to people and listen to people from all over. And just listen and then tell the story because everybody has a story to tell. In my part, I take on TV productions so that I learn how to tell a good story. Hey, I was a writer. I wrote some story before. I never published any of them because I never accomplished anything in my life so far. But I do have a lot of accomplishment that I am proud of, and that is the accomplishment of understanding myself as a person, understanding myself as a human being, in regarding to understanding my place in the universe, which helped me understand others. When I talk to them, I can listen to them and emulate their feelings and understand the kind of situation that people go through. On average, on average, anybody, you have at least 3 things in common with anybody, with people in general. And if you can't identify those and relate to anybody on those 3 things, and that's how relationship work. You're falling behind something. You could be hauled up on traffic like this. Going on the highway during traffic hour will definitely gonna make you lose your autonomy. And in a TV program, you can't really stress that enough, that deadline, due dates, deadline. Everything has time limit. And if you don't make it, that's your fault.
All right, let's move on to the project you put up in February and is available to watch on the Milwaukee PBS Student Section of Workshop 2017. Nowhere in Milwaukee, you went out and you told the story of many people who are left with nothing, no roof over their head. Tell us about your experience and your journey through that.
That was quite an experience that I had. Although as much as I know about poverty, I don't really know how to define what poverty is, because I experienced it, and because of my lack of communication skills, let's put it in, if I to put it firmly, I lack the communication skills to orally communicate to others about how I truly feel and what I see. So, and of course on TV, being in a TV program, I had one thing that I always stress about, that I'm lazy. I don't want to do voiceovers, so that might be part of it too. I don't want to do voiceover because I have a voice that people might not understand. My teacher have a hard, my instructor have a hard understanding, have a hard time understanding me when I talk to them. But it takes a little bit used to get to know the person. So after a while, they do understand. But if I'm pretty sure you never know me before, you won't understand much of what I'm talking about. Maybe I just talk crazy to you, talk like a crazy person, and that might be due to the part that maybe I'm passionate about life. I'm passionate about the simple little things that you can do, and for me, doing Nowhere in Milwaukee, doing the project of Nowhere in Milwaukee is something that really, in my mind of what I really want to do. When I present the project to a couple of classmates, they thought I was really crazy. No person in the right state of mind would want to go do something that's out of the norm, that is uncomfortable for them, because it is truly uncomfortable. It is truly an uncomfortable feeling for a person to go out and experience new things or different things that they've never been before, because it is natural as human being. It is natural for a human being to be stuck in the same mindset or frame of mind, or to better put it, humans are creatures of habits. When we are creating habits for ourselves that we are comfortable enough, we feel like we don't need anything else, and so we let the effort to go out and experience and explore things that not within a norm. And me, because I have this, maybe it's just me, but I'm pretty sure everybody will feel the same when I say that. I have this couldn't put that word right.
Drive.
Yes, I have this drive that I want to learn something, and what better way to learn than from other people who knows more than yourself. When I first come to the program, okay, I talk to the first people I go to tell them that I want to do a project, and surprisingly, people were like, wow, that's a crazy guy. And I went, when I first started TVP, I went to mostly, I talked to most of the second years who are about to graduate, and because they know more than me, so I tried to recruit a couple of them to see if they could help me out with a project that I wanted to do. I have in mind to do. It's a short film or movie that I want to do, and that's how I really got started on TV. I want to learn how to do movies, so I came to TV, and probably not the right field to come into, but I don't know.
Now, keeping it on topic, I noticed, because you did your project, you did your show on the homelessness and the poverty, and now we're talking about your interaction with other students and learning it to acquire help. How did this really affect your interaction with the living space impaired?
That's one thing too, I have a background where mentally I am incompetent to trust and rely on others, because the environment that I was put in, I have to watch my back all the time. I have to watch myself carefully of what I said, because anything that I say or do can be used against me in the type of situation, so I really have a problem asking people for help, and maybe it's part of, maybe it's just part of me not being able to get out of my comfort zone to ask for help. And I became selfish in that way, because I really am selfish by being selfish, that I want to do something. I want to do this program by myself. Of course, I'm gonna host my own program. I host my own program because I feel that if you want to do something, you gotta do it right.
Well, you can do it right with other people.
Of course, I can do it right with other people, but with the time frame that we have, you can't really find anybody who would be willing to help you.
Well, we all do have our own projects.
Yes. And that's where the selfish part comes from. I know that I have my own project. I know that everybody else, in the TV program have a project of their own.
Well, this is my stop, so I'd like to thank Qua